Fordham Rams travel to Lehigh on Saturday looking to do something that no other Ram football squad has done, win at Lehigh. Behind a strong running game led by 197 yards and 5 touchdowns from Chase Edmonds, Fordham upended the Mountain Hawks 48-27. Edmonds capped the first Fordham drive with a 1-yard scoring plunge, and on the second series, Mike Niebrick connected with Brian Wetzel on third down to keep the drive alive. The Rams faced a 4th and 6 later in the series when Niebrick connected with Kendall Piercy for a 14-yard gain and a first down. 4 plays later, Edmonds took it in from the 6 for a 14-0 Fordham lead. Fordham defense kept the Mountain Hawks in check early, with DeAndre Slate coming up with a tackle for loss. Early in the second quarter, Fordham had a 3rd and 16 from the Lehigh 41 when Niebrick found Wetzel with a short pass that Wetzel turned into a 32-yard gain. 3 plays later, Edmonds finished the drive with a 5-yard scoring run, his 3rd of the game, to put the Rams up 21-0. After Lehigh scored to make it a 21-7 game, Fordham came right back as Niebrick connected with Dan Light in the flats, and Light rumbled 51 yards to the end zone in a 28-7 Fordham lead, just under 5 minutes left in the half. The Mountain Hawks scored again, but the Rams answered as this 57-yard run from Piercy set up a 1-yard scoring run from Edmonds, his 4th of the game, as the Rams took a 35-14 lead into the break. Fordham struck first in the second half when Edmonds took the handoff and raced 38 yards up the middle for his 5th touchdown of the day to increase the Fordham lead to 42-14 4 minutes into the third quarter. Lehigh went for it on 4th and 1 at the Fordham 43, but Justin Vaughn put an end to the drive with a tackle for loss. The ensuing Fordham drive stalled at the Lehigh 25, where Mike Mirando came on to boot a 42-yard field goal to boost the Rams' lead to 45-14. After a pair of Lehigh scores made it a 45-27 game early in the 4th, the Rams responded with an 11-play, 63-yard drive, capped by a Mirando 41-yard field goal to make the final 48-27.
Well, allow them to, we talked about doing 4 things: recharge mentally, rehab physically, get a jump start on Lehigh preparation, and, make sure we take care of our academics because it was a midterm week. But I think our kids had a great week of preparation, which allows them to earn the right to come out here and give great effort and execute this game. And across the board, I think we did, for the most part, a good job of that today.
It seemed like there were some short passes and runs early on that were able to kind of loosen up the Lehigh defense and get the offense rolling.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the main. One of the main things of our offense is the ability to do both things successfully: run the ball and pass the ball. So teams aren't able to necessarily take away one aspect of the game, and when they do try to do that, we feel that we have playmakers at all the skill positions to be able to kind of take advantage of some of those things that we see. But Lehigh played a great game defensively against Cornell. I think they gave up 268 yards total, and we're coming in very confident. Newton's a great player, 39. Has had a great year, and then the D-backs are good players. So we knew it was going to be a challenge, and I was just proud of the way our kids executed.
Chase, over 200 yards today. Did you feel like there were some pretty big holes there today that you were able to kind of explode through there?
Yes, sir. And that just goes back to the credit to my offensive line. They do a great job every week, just opening the lanes. They make it so much easier to run the football.
Coach, are days like this for Chase what you imagined when you named him the starter?
Yes, and everything that Chase has accomplished, he's earned. I think that's what makes him a special player, is that his ability as a football player is either matched or exceeded by his intangible skill. And from the second, I've said this a lot of times, and it bears repeating, that the second he stepped on campus for our summer workouts, he had a great singleness of purpose and work ethic and practice habits and all those things. So, it's not just about him going out there and running, behind good blocks. I mean, the preparation aspect of it and the focus and the intangible, when you combine those two things, I think you'll see a player who's accomplished the things he has and the potential to do a lot more.
Chase, what's it like being part of an offense that, you know, regularly puts up over 500 yards of offense pretty much game in game out?
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's great, you know, and that's what got me here at Fordham. I seen what Coach Moore and his staff put together. The offense they put is explosive, and I just felt like, you know, if I worked my butt off, I could help balance it out, because I know a lot of question marks at the preseason were, how is Fordham going to be without Carlton Coombs, who was a fanatical running back. So it's a blessing. And, you know, like last week, it wasn't really, I mean, I ran for 100 yards, but it wasn't, you know, the best game. But Neva threw for 566, and then this week we come back and now we have over 300 team rushing yards. It shows how much our offense is balanced.
Coach, you are concerned at all about the high number of penalties today?
Yes, and it's something that we address. You know, we address it on a daily basis. And during the course of the game, I understand that there's going to be certain, you know, penalties that occur. There's going to be holds. There's going to be pass interferences. There's going to be false starts and offsides and things like that. It's the you know, the post play penalties that really, you know, are things that we need to rectify. And I think part of the thing that makes us a very good football team is part of the things that tends to bite us a little bit. That we're very emotional, we're very enthusiastic, we play with great urgency, but sometimes obviously we take that a little bit too far. And I tell our guys, you can show your emotions without being emotional. And I think sometimes we have to know the difference. And you know, it's something we talk about all the time, but ultimately you'd rather say whoa than sick them. So, you know, I want our guys to be aggressive, I want them to be enthusiastic, I want them to have great energy, but at the same time we can't have the post-play penalties that are going to cost the team. And they understand it.
A lot of third down conversions in the first half, especially on, you know, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. Was there something you guys saw in the defense to be able to, you know, break up some of that and get the first downs, or was it just something your offense executed?
I think it was you know, I think we came in with a good third down plan. You know, I believe we were over, I think, 46. We're doing a good job with third down conversions, and that is, you know, it's part of the things we talk about, the keys to success. Outside of explosive plays and turnover margin, we talk about third down conversions and red zone performance, and you know, the ability to stay on the field and extend drives, and keep your offense moving towards points, and keep your defense off the field and fresh. I believe, looking at the halftime numbers, we had played 45 snaps to Lehigh's 25, if I'm not mistaken, and that's when you're converting third downs at that successful rate. It helps the whole team.
Chase, just wanted to get your thoughts coming back. 5 touchdowns and coming back to PA here. I guess you have other opportunities, but how'd you feel about your performance today, and do you feel like you could have a good day today?
Yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, as long as we executed the game plan, we could have a fanatical day as a team on the offense. And, you know, it just goes back to my offensive line and how teams have to respect our passing game as well. Everything just balances out, and that's what causes the success.
Do you feel like this? I mean, you had a lot of success in high school, but do you feel like you made a nice, smooth transition here to the college level?
I mean, you know, I feel like I do. You know, the success speaks for itself, but also I came in here with the mentality to compete for the starting spot and work my hardest. You know, and I wanted to be the starter, and it's just a blessing that everything I'm getting right now. So I just take it. I don't take it for granted at all.
I don't know, Coach, I don't know if you realize it's been a long time since you guys won here.
Yeah, since never.
Never.
I told him that wasn't a monkey off our back. That was an 800-pound gorilla. And you know, and I've been part of losses here as a player and as a coach, and not just that. You know, it's a tribute to Lehigh. And I mean, they're you know, there's a reason they have over 700 winning percentage since, you know, their entrance into the Patriot League, and they've won 10 titles. It's because, you know, Coach Cohn and his staff do a phenomenal job. They've got good players, and you know, they have a history and tradition of winning. I mean, this is a hard place. I love the stadium, but it's a hard place to play. And so for us to kind of, you know, get over the hump and get one in the left-hand column here, I think it's a great testament and tribute to our program and our kids, and you know, how they performed today.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.